Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel, the world's most channel of the world. And have you ever been cheated on? Remember how horrible it was? Like the ground just crumbled beneath you and everything you thought you knew, everything you thought was safe was immediately shattered. The sleepless nights replaying every conversation, every moment, knowing that they were just lying straight to your face, leaving you with permanent trust issues that you'll carry with you everywhere you go, in every relationship and every connection for the rest of time. How'd you like to watch a movie that romanticizes that? Something Borrowed. It's your standard rom-com, but oh my God, it is wrong. Fundamentally wrong. In every way. Because one, there are so many dumb facepalm moments in this movie to the point that I legitimately think I had a mild concussion by the time I finished watching it. And two, the main reason I hate this movie is because it almost feels like propaganda for cheating. You know, like they try to gaslight you into thinking that it's okay. It's actually a pretty good litmus test to give someone you're dating. Watch this movie with them, and if they find no issues with it, that's your sign and just leave right there, because you done got a cheater in your midst. But enough talking, let's you and me get gaslit together and watch Something Borrowed. So our movie starts off with our main character, Rachel, walking in on her surprise birthday party, which was thrown by her best friend, Darcy. And in the scene, we kind of get to meet all of our characters and get to know their personalities. So let me give you a quick rundown on who we got here. So first, let's start with Rachel and Darcy. They're just the bestie westest of friends, grew up together and all that fun stuff. And they're just like two peas in a pod, kind of. With an asterisk. Because this movie kind of like flip-flops on how it portrays their relationship, and Darcy specifically. They kind of like move the goalposts depending on how they want you to feel about cheating. If they want to make cheating seem romantic, then they portray Darcy and their relationship as like really toxic.
You're 30, you can't afford to be picky. You need to get back here right now, Darcy, right now!
But when they want to make cheating feel bad and icky, then they portray their relationship as like really tender and wholesome.
She is always there. I love you, Rachel. I love you so much. I love you, Darcy.
Anyways, Rachel's like the nerdy loser one in this relationship who was always upstaged by Darcy, who's like the outgoing, popular, hot one. Just picture them as like a much worse, toxic version of Monica and Rachel from Friends. Then we meet Ethan, who also grew up with Rachel and Darcy, and he is Jim. He's basically just Jim from The Office planted into this universe.
What? I saw you come in here looking a little tragic, so I'm here to check for razor blades.
So much so that for the rest of this video, I will be referring to him as Jim. And now comes the main attraction, the hot ticket item, the heartthrob of the movie, Dex. Yeah, his name is Dex.
His name rhymes with sex. Did you know that?
And Dex is an old college friend of Rachel's, but more importantly, he's also engaged to Darcy. They've been together for 6 years and they can't wait to get married. I mean, just look at how he lovingly looks at his fiance throughout this entire movie. This guy's head over heels smitten. Okay, so we met all of our characters. Now it's the end of the party. Darcy and Dex have already gone home. And now Rachel and Jim are about to do the same. But then the night takes a little inciting incidental turn.
Dex. Hey, what's going on?
Darcy forgot her purse.
Her new Chanel?
Not the new Chanel. Let's go.
Oh.
Come on.
I'm gonna go help him find it.
So they find the bag, but instead of Dex going home to tend to his blackout drunk fiance, he wants to extend the night a little more.
Let's get one more drink.
Oh no, that's okay. You don't have to.
Come on. I want to.
Oh yeah, he wants to, all right. He wants to. He definitely wants to. And I should note that we're only about like 10 minutes into the movie at this point, but already the sexual tension is palpable. We've already had a few long, almost yearning glances by this point, but then we get a glimpse of our first of many, many red flags in this movie.
Wow, we're really flipping her out. She can't imagine what you're doing here with me. Hot people are supposed to be with hot people.
Excuse me.
Dex.
I think you're making my girlfriend uncomfortable over here.
Stop it. Oh my God.
Okay, first of all, before we get to the girlfriend thing, I don't understand the thing this movie does of trying to make it seem like Rachel's some sort of insufferable sewer troll who doesn't deserve love. She's a conventionally attractive woman with a normal job and personality, and she plays Judy Hopps. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, she's the perfect woman. But whatever, now let's get to the girlfriend stuff. Huh? I can't be the only one who thinks he threw that girlfriend comment out there a little too easy. It took like no pressure at all for him to roleplay them being together. Like I understand if it was like a drunk guy that was hitting on her, because you just say whatever to get him to leave. But to say that to a woman who's minding her business across the bar, all I'm gonna say is it's a little interesting. But this is about the height of their ethical standards in this movie, because the sexual tension is about to get a lot higher and their morals are about to get a lot lower.
Oh, now I remember why I had such a crush on you in law school.
No, you didn't.
Of course I did. Oh, come on, you knew.
And you can guess what happens next. They get into a cab, immediately start making out.
Yeah, all right.
And then, the holes got filled. Which is an insane way to start a rom-com, okay? Because these two are supposed to be our love interests, but the first romantic thing we see them do is betray Darcy and start an affair. So, not exactly rooting for these guys here. But okay, they had sex, it's the morning after, Darcy is calling, freaking out.
It's an emergency, and I think Dex is cheating on me, and I know it sounds so crazy, but hot people, they get cheated on sometimes.
You're goddamn right, brother.
Guilt is setting in, panic is rising up. So as you can imagine, things are very hectic for Rachel right now. She just slept with her best friend's fiance, which is a cardinal sin in a friendship. And I guess in general too. She's trying to cover up her tracks. A lot of thoughts are going through her mind right now.
God, I'm such a terrible person.
You're goddamn right, brother.
And one of those thoughts is actually a flashback to the beginnings of her relationship with Dex and how they got to know each other. And we kind of get to see why immediately from the start, this whole movie doesn't really make any sense. Because they essentially had a meet cute in law school, and after a while they're studying and flirting, all cutesy-like, laughing way too hard at jokes that couldn't be more unfunny.
Use a mnemonic. D, B, C, D.
Deliver by Christmas Day.
Don't blame Cameron Diaz.
This isn't even that funny, is it?
No.
It's not funny at all.
You're goddamn right, brother.
How about when all of this is over? Dex buys celebratory dinner.
It's glaringly obvious. Let's just call it for what it is. These two want to bang each other. So you're probably asking yourself, if these two had so much chemistry and were this into each other, why didn't they end up together? Why is he with Darcy now? Did they have some sort of fight? Did she find out he was lying about something? Was he dating her just as a dare to make her prom queen? No, the real reason is a lot more stupid. So we fast forward about 9 months. They're at a bar celebrating finishing their first year of law school, and Dex meets Darcy for the first time. Then this happens.
So, games, fun, let's get this party started. Truth or dare?
Darcy.
Okay, fine, I'll start. Dare. Ask Rachel out on a real date instead of whatever this is.
Darcy. We're just friends.
Fine, then ask me out.
That's it. Did you miss it? I'll play it again.
Darcy. We're just friends.
Those 4 words are why after 9 months of late night study sessions, flirting, getting to know each other, rising sexual tension, all of that died right there because of that. 9 months because of that. And at first glance, this may seem like a legitimate reason why whatever they had got killed. But then you start to think about it. First of all, it's a little shocking that after 9 months of liking each other and being single, they hadn't started dating yet, but whatever, maybe they're just shy. But what really confuses me is why did they feel the need to hide that they were into each other? Because Darcy knows that Rachel is into this dude, right? It seems like they talked about it a bunch already.
Darcy, this is Dex.
I know, you've only been talking about him for like 9 months.
So it makes no sense that they tensed up when she came, like they weren't supposed to like each other in her presence. Because Dex has never met this chick. Darcy has no significance in this situation at all. This was more like your friend meeting your boyfriend than it was some sort of forbidden romance, And I'll be honest, it makes what Darcy did kind of messed up. It seemed like she knew Rachel was into this dude, so kind of a dick move to pursue him. But still, this isn't really her fault, Rachel and Dex, this one's kind of on you guys. You guys are grown-ass adults, in law school no less. I would hope that you'd be able to have a mature conversation. Could have just said, hey, I've loved spending time with you these last 9 months. Do you want a date? Problem solved, no dumb movie needed. And listen, I can understand hesitating to put yourself out there like that, because I feel like I'm the same way. It's scary, But if I'm essentially dating someone for 9 months, feel like the question would have slipped out at some point, but whatever. I don't want to focus on this too much. I think the reason it pisses me off is I hate miscommunication tropes so much. Like, if it's for comedy, it's fine, but if it legitimately causes like a serious problem in the plot, it's infuriating. And this is a movie whose entire premise is built off of that. So again, already I'm not having a good time. But okay, enough flashbacks for now. We're back in the present, and our ragtag little messy love triangle is heading out to the Hamptons for the weekend, which is like their summer tradition. Oh, to be white and rich. And they're having a good old time, you know, drinking on the beach, drinking at a club, drinking on the beach. But Rachel's not really having the best time, you know, because she has to watch her beloved spend time with his fiance. And that's not fair. They've only been together for 6 years. They had sex the other day. So the next day, Rachel figures she's had enough of this and she wants to go home early. And who better to drive her to the bus station than our knight in shining armor, Dex.
It's okay. I could take it.
Yeah, honey will take you.
So now they finally have some alone time and they can really just debrief on this whole affair thing.
Why did you kiss me? We shouldn't. You were having wedding jitters, and I was really emotional about turning 30. We were both really drunk.
I wasn't that drunk.
What?
Yeah, huh, Dex? Care to explain why you soberly cheated on your fiance with her drunk best friend?
It was a big mistake.
Yeah, you know what? It was a big mistake.
Yeah, it's not gonna hold up in court. Okay, so weekend one is done. We're back into the city. It's later on in the week, and Darcy asks Rachel for a maid of honor favor.
Maid of honor favor.
You have to see this 90s cover band with me tomorrow night for the wedding. It's the only time they're playing, and Dex loves the band.
I really slammed at work, Darcy.
Promised him I'd go. He's working. You're coming. Please, you've way better taste than me.
So Rachel goes to the show. Turns out Darcy can't make it. And to nobody's surprise, who does she run into but our little Dexy Wexy boy? You sly fox, you. Which makes no sense, since Darcy said that he would be working and therefore wouldn't be there. But my theory is that Pete lied and was there to meet his other mistress. But, you know, he saw Rachel and she took precedence. Which is kind of romantic, right? So, you know, maybe those crazy kids ain't so bad after all.
Rachel, this is not wedding jitters. It never was. If you feel the same way about me, tell me now. Please.
I can't. It's too late.
It's really not, though. This is the time to do this if you were going to do this. I'm sure it wouldn't be easy to call off the wedding and tell Darcy what you've been doing, but it would be a lot better than getting a divorce, or I guess what the alternative is, just being unhappy in your marriage for the rest of your life. But hey, you do you, I guess. You know what they say, Charlize Theron. Yuck. What's with the romantic music and the romantic mise-en-scène here? This isn't romantic. You guys are like severely betraying someone who's very important in both of your lives. And you're holding up traffic, so, you know, double yuck. See, this is why this movie just fundamentally doesn't work as a rom-com. Because they're trying to set this up as like a forbidden love thing, but it's not. It's just an affair with like a Snapchat heart filter. I feel like whoever wrote this thinks that because there's emotions involved and it's not just pure lust that it's somehow justified. But no, that's not how this works. Now you're just cheating physically and emotionally. And the nerve to do this after watching a cover band for your wedding that you are the husband and maid of honor to? This is starting to sound like a damn Reddit story. But forgive me, there's music and you're in slow-mo with a shallow depth of field, so by all means have at it, I guess. Okay, time for Hamptons weekend number 2. And this weekend is basically just more of the first, Rachel getting upset watching Dex spend time with her best friend and his fiance. But by this point, these two have pretty much already confessed love for each other, so, you know, what's the plan here? Why hasn't any wedding been called off? Why hasn't any news been broken to Darcy? You know, what's with the hesitancy?
It's all gonna be fine, Mom. I love you too.
Now your mom, is she not doing well again?
It's actually getting better. So excited about the wedding. And her depression got really bad, and my father made sure he wasn't around, so just try to cheer her up. I actually was afraid that if I couldn't make her happy, That loser.
Yes, a long story short, he doesn't want to call the wedding off because his mom has depression, and the wedding is making her less depressed. I'm gonna tiptoe around this. I'm not gonna make too many jokes or be too critical because, it's a touchy subject. I can at least understand that if someone you love is depressed and something you're doing is making it better, you want to keep doing that thing. But I will say this. I can accept this as an explanation for the hesitancy, but I won't accept this for the reason that you're not going to do or change anything because it's still wrong. And selfish. Because now you're hurting Rachel because you won't commit to her, and you're definitely hurting Darcy because you're cheating on her, but it's okay because your mom feels a little better. Dude, you can't marry your cake and have sex with the cake's best friend and say it's because you want to protect your mom. And to be blunt, your mom's mental health is not really your responsibility, all right? Especially if you're not living with her. So to use that as the excuse for why you're kind of fine in this middle ground doesn't really track with me. That right there is false justification, Your Honor. That's right, I can be allergic. Okay, weekend 2 is officially in the books, and things have really ramped up between Rachel and Dex. It's gone from like short spikes of cheating to just a full-on second relationship. Rachel's getting flowers at work, they're flirtatiously calling each other, and they've even planned a secret romantic getaway together.
What we need is some time alone.
Next weekend is the 4th of July. I'll say I have to work and...
It'll be like a timeout.
To see what this is without anyone or anything around us.
And remember, we're supposed to be happy about this. But things start to get a little dicey because Jim, who seems to be the only person perceptive enough to see what's obviously going on, finally confronts Rachel about it.
You doing good?
Should we go?
Yes, we should. It's a note.
It's private. Come on.
Come on. I was just gonna check his spelling. Rachel. Rachel, who are the flowers from? You want me to guess?
Finally, someone with some sense and morals. Please, Jim, rip into her, all right? Tell her what she's doing is wrong and she needs to stop immediately.
Please say something.
I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, I guess I'm impressed, actually.
No.
I didn't think you had it in you.
No.
Besides, sometimes good people do bad things, right?
Jim, no.
And hey, I can see you guys together.
No, we're so close. You were so close, Jim. You almost had it. You were right there, but then you sarcastically veered off while looking into the camera. So yeah, Jim doesn't see a problem with the whole cheating thing, which tracks, I guess.
What the hell is this? What, are you trying to cop a feel or something,
No,
Hopper?
dude, I was just, listen, whoa.
And from this point on, he basically just becomes her affair counsel, her solace, and gives her advice on what to do and what not to do.
Well, I can tell you this. If the roles were reversed, Darcy wouldn't even hesitate.
See what I mean about the moving goalposts? Huh? Okay, so now it's July 4th weekend. Darcy and the squad have left for the Hamptons. And finally, Rachel and Dex get to spend some real quality time together without that annoying whore Darcy ruining it.
Is that her? You can answer if you want.
No. You know what? I'm gonna turn this thing off.
And it's amazing, they can finally just be a couple and do what most couples in New York City do. Have sex on roof around candles. And let me just say something. I know this is a movie and we're not going for realism here, but this is a pretty common trope in romance movies. Where did that start? Because have you ever seen a normal New York City rooftop? They're disgusting. It's just full of chipped paint, cardboard, and mystery puddles with bacteria that could probably wipe out the human race. Not to mention all the rusty, sharp metal probably sticking out everywhere. It's the last place you'd want to take out your Johnson. But hey, I guess when you're in the honeymoon phase of your affair, you don't really care about that kind of stuff.
Didn't you feel what I was feeling?
I did. I just didn't think someone like you could ever like someone like me.
See, again, this is what I'm talking about. What does this mean? Rachel, what do you mean? Like, there's nothing so exceptionally amazing about Dex or exceptionally repulsive about you that warrants this kind of mindset. You guys are the same level of attractive, you guys got the same interests, you even got the same damn career. What am I not seeing? I mean, clearly Dex sees it too. He wasn't really rushing to object.
I just didn't think someone like you could ever like someone like me.
You're goddamn right, brother.
So the rest of this movie is just a back and forth, will they, won't they? It's the same dilemma over and over again. Rachel keeps getting mad at them for being a couple.
When were you gonna tell me about looking at houses? Hey, Dex. You like the house too?
Yeah, it was okay.
She has a girls' night sleepover with Darcy, despite the fact that Dex is literally outside to see her. And you know what? The sleepover is actually pretty important because it's one of the things in the second half of this movie that bring it from dumb to even more dumb. I couldn't think of anything clever.
Do you think I should marry Dex?
What?
Do you think this is a good idea?
I think.
Yeah?
You should marry him.
Rachel, why? Why would you do that? She gave you the get out of jail free card, the perfect out, the D-Wade lob, and you said no? Why? What, you felt it would be wrong to manipulate her relationship in that way? You're already slogging her fiance's noggin. I think we're past being ethical here. But you know what? Fine. I can accept that maybe that's not a line she's willing to cross. Whatever. You know, who knows? Maybe she'll get a better opportunity. I don't know.
So it's okay that I kind of cheated on him a little bit?
What?
I just barely once.
With whom?
Well, he was a guy from work, and it was nothing. You know me, it was just sex.
At this point, sure. Let's just throw another cheater into the movie. Why not? But I just want to know, what did you expect my reaction to be? Like, Darcy, how could you cheat on your fiance? That's disgusting. How could you do that to Dex, huh? He doesn't deserve that. He wouldn't do that to you. Oh, now I just don't like Rachel, Dex, or Darcy. So everyone sucks. What now? But whatever, Rachel, congratulations, you got your out. Darcy's cheating too, so you can take your man without feeling bad. No harm, no foul, and let's all move on.
Oh my God. So when are you gonna tell him?
I told Darcy to marry him. I'm bowing out.
Rachel, she just told you she's cheating. You want your opportunity, take it.
Ethan, stop.
I don't really get it.
But of course she doesn't do that because the movie needs to keep happening, I guess. Like, there's 40 minutes left at this point. And for why? We already have the solution. We already completed the puzzle here. Let's just pull the trigger on this so I can, stop watching. But we don't. Again, we just continue with this will they, won't they. So, I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit so I can get to the next part of this movie that brings it from even more dumb to even more dumb. So let's go. Okay, so Rachel doesn't tell Dex about the cheating, Jim gets rightfully mad, and then there's a fight.
Rachel, you deserve to be happy.
Then butt out. That would make me happy.
Next weekend in the Hamptons, tensions rise and Jim tries to tell Darcy the secret.
I got a great idea. How about it's us versus you guys? But we'll do a secret for every point.
But Rachel, our lovable little protagonist, assaults him, then there's a fight.
What the hell was that?
Me? You broke my nose!
Rachel and Dex talk about the situation, then there's a fight.
Darcy's upset. She keeps asking me what happened on the beach today.
You know what? Work it out with her, Dex.
Then Rachel realizes that she loves this cheating bastard, so she goes back for him.
Tell her you can't marry her. I love you.
But he still doesn't commit to her.
Can't, Rachel.
So she leaves, which leads us to the big dumb moment. And I know this whole video has just been dumb moments, but this is the one that got the biggest reaction out of me when I watched this movie for the first time. Okay, so at this point in the movie, our boy Jim does not live in the States anymore. He moved to London for a job opportunity.
There's a publisher who's really interested in my book. She wants to work on it.
It's 1 week before the wedding, after all the fighting and Rachel breaking his nose. She takes a flight across the pond to apologize and ask Halpert for some more advice.
I have dreamed about Darcy getting married almost my whole life.
Pretty weird to dream about your best friend's wedding and not your own, but okay.
I didn't want him to pick me by default. I want to be someone's first choice.
Yeah. You are.
Oh no.
I'm not his first choice.
Maybe you're someone's first choice.
Oh, please don't go there. They're gonna go there.
What? You never wondered about me?
Oh my God, this movie's dumb. Out of all the moronic crap this movie put me through, this is the one that makes me the most upset. Because this did not need to be added. What was the point of this? Ask me, does Rachel realize that Jim is actually the one for her and stay in London? No, she basically just says, oh my God, thank you, and flies back to the adulterer who didn't even have the balls to commit to her. And listen, this movie is based off of a book, so I understand it's the source material, but hey, maybe change it. Because let me explain to you what this scene just did. This movie came out in 2011, right? Which means The Office was a primetime sitcom at that point, which means that Jim is a primetime heartthrob at this point. And you basically make him play the same exact character, right? So you knew that connection would be made. He was literally the only likable person in this movie. He was funny, he was charismatic, and he wasn't afraid to put Rachel in her place.
Rachel, it's not complicated. He's being a dick. And to be honest, you're being kind of stupid.
Whoa, I'm being stupid?
Yes.
Granted, his reasoning was a little skewed at times, but it was really cathartic, because I hate Rachel. So what you just did, scriptwriter, is you paused the movie, you took Jim, you made Rachel break his heart, and then you resumed the movie? You basically had Rachel do the rom-com equivalent of shooting a dog in the face, and now I'm supposed to root for her going back to Dex?
God, Rachel, I like you. I've always liked you. You are home for me.
I love you.
I can't, Rachel. I'm so sorry. I can't.
Better yet, this is like if in The Office, when Jim confesses his feelings for Pam, she just like gives him a thumbs up and then goes and hooks up with Todd Packer. For the life of me, I cannot fathom why this was a choice, because if you cut out that entire sequence from the moment she lands in London to the moment she leaves, nothing changes. It's the same exact movie, just better. So I don't know, like good for Rachel, I guess. She cheats and breaks her best friend's heart. But whatever, you can guess how this thing ends. Dex calls off the wedding for no other reason than it's time for the movie to end.
I called off the wedding.
So all that inner conflict about the indecision and his mom just kind of resolved itself, I guess. Darcy finds out about the affair, Dex finds out about her affair.
Dex! You liar! I thought you told me there was
Darcy, you
nobody
are pregnant!
Nobody in
Are you
the picture!
pretending you're the wrong party here?
It's Rachel! How could you do this to me?
They argue, Darcy storms off. Then 2 months later, they bump into each other and are happy for each other, kind of.
Darcy, I'm really sorry.
You're really sorry you slept with my fiance.
No, I'm sorry I hurt you.
And that's the movie. Cheating is rewarded, the only character I liked is alone in London, and I lost 2 hours of my life. There was actually an MCU-style post-credit scene for this movie where Darcy runs into Jim in London, and I found out that there's actually a second book in this series called Something Blue, so I guess they were planning on making a sequel at some point. But I guess when they found out that no one liked their main characters, they kind of just decided to cut their losses. But apparently the second book was about Darcy like rediscovering herself in London after, quote, Rachel, the plain Jane good girl, steals her fiance. So it seems like the second book actually painted her as the villain, which I like because she was. So it sucks we couldn't see that viewpoint on the dazzling silver screen, but maybe it's for the best. As a matter of fact, I feel like this movie sucking so much might have just been a bad adaptation issue. Because the movie has horrible ratings, but the books are fairly well liked. So I don't know if the book's audience is just more problematic, because I picture them being middle-aged white women who hate their marriages, or if the adaptation was just translated so poorly from the source material that it ended up as this. But I don't know. So if any of you guys read the book, let me know, because I'm not gonna be reading it myself. But yeah, that's about it for me. For those of you who have been cheated on, sorry for subjecting you to a movie where the cheater wins. I hope that doesn't drum up any negative buried emotions, my bad. And be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you legally want to be better than everybody else. That is not a lie, I am telling the truth. And stay tuned for my next video, where I steal my own best friend's girlfriend. So, if you're watching, I apologize in advance. Okay, bye.